Hey, it's Brian over at Strong Tower Fitness, home of Strong Tower Training, and really excited today to bring you our Neuro warm-up. So this is a great warm-up before you move, before you do a training session, or just before you go into your day, especially if you have things at work, things that you really need to do to perform well and feel energized. So we're going to bring increased blood flow to a lot of the nerve endings in the skin. We're going to just increase sensory activation, so a lot of activation for your sensory cortex, your motor cortex, going to prime you for movement, and then some different brain areas like cerebellum, temporal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and frontal lobe as well. So a whole lot of great activation. We're going to start basically just with some skin stim, so kind of like a face washing. So we'll start with, and then going around the eyeball, just outside of it, not actually on the eyeball. So you have your extraocular muscles there that help move the eyeball, and really important to bring increased blood flow and sensory awareness to that area. Then you're going to go down the neck. Go into the ears. And just lighting up those nerve endings. Remember to stay tall and breathe as you're going through this warm-up. And then we're going to go to the base of the head, just a nice circular massage. You have your suboccipital muscles that connect into the skull there. Really important for neck stabilization and head movements. And then that up as well. Then I'm going to go into just some clicking, so getting the jaw warmed up, clicking the teeth together. Go back to skin stim, down the arm, all the way up to the fingertip. Make sure to hit the hand and fingers with this one. And then same on the other side. Look at the back side of the arm, the hand. Starting to feel warmed up a little bit. Get more blood flow to these areas. In the rib cage, just a nice circular movement there as well. You could go 30 seconds to a minute if you wanted to hit any of these areas for a little bit longer as well. That's fantastic. We're just going to go relatively quick so that this can be a follow-along video, and you can get in the habit of doing this consistently. So right below the navel, about 2 inches below the navel. This is an energy point in martial arts, Eastern medicine, important point for kind of the energy meridians and energy flow in the body. We're then going to go to the low back, so back of the hands to the low back. Really important area to warm up. Putting your hands on your low back does a lot to increase sensory awareness of that area. We're then going to go down the back of the leg, up the front. You can do a nice hip hinge pattern, pushing the hips back, get a stretch in the hamstrings. You can also come up the inside of the leg as well. You can go into more of a squat pattern, and by this point should be feeling your heart rate come up a little bit. Starting to really feel good circulation. Then going to move into a couple vision drills, activate the visual system a little bit more. So one is thumb push-ups. We're just going to slide the thumb in and out towards the bridge of the nose, keeping it as a single target here. Remember to breathe when you start doing vision work. Then I'm going to go to target jumps. So just refocusing, right, left. You can go up and down. Head is staying stable, hopefully, and you can do diagonals as well, refocusing on each target. And we're going to go into some tracking, so just going to make a big circle, imaginary circle in space here with the thumbs. Again, stable head and neck position, making the eyes do the work, the eye muscles to track that target. Should be able to keep it clear. Should remember again to breathe when you start doing visual work, really important. And we're going to go into a little bit of ankle movement, so getting a tip to the inside of the ankles. We'll go tip to the outside of the ankles. Now we're increasing what's called proprioception, or your brain's awareness of your body map and where each joint is in space. The sensory or skin stim also is valuable to help with that, but now we're going into more movement-based proprioceptive awareness here. Then we can go into a hip hula hoop, just bringing the pelvis around in a circle. Get into the mid-back, so flexion extension. Side to side, lateral flexion through the mid-back. Head and neck, lateral flexion. Some rotations, head and neck. Imagine your chin's on a board here. We can do the forward, back, anterior, posterior glide with cervical spine. Get into some full body rotations, so rotate right, rotate left. We want to make sure that this back foot pivots so that we release the knee. We're not putting torque on the knee as you turn. So going up onto the ball of the foot and the toes on that back side foot. The arms can just swing nice and relaxed through that one. And then we're going to go into cross crawl, opposite knee to elbow. If you do the range of motion that works well for you, it should be a pain-free range of motion. If it's here, fantastic. If we can go here, great. We'll go into a little bit of vision ball. So this is just a tennis ball with some letters on it. I'm going to toss and catch against the wall. If I can see a letter as it's coming towards me, I'm going to call it out. So W, 1, there's numbers on there, I think. T, N, S, T, S, S, and work with both hands, N, I, and so on. Last thing, I'm going to go ahead, the feet get worked and kind of beat up a lot, so just going to do a nice gentle massage with the tennis ball through the bottom of the foot. You should feel warmed up and ready to go into the rest of your day or your training session, and we think this is going to be just a phenomenal value add to you if you start to practice it daily. So a great thing to do in the morning, and hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps.